Monday motivation. Start your week off flying high. Monday motivation. It's your time to rise and shine.
Hey guys, happy Monday. This is Rebecca here with you. I'm so excited that we're gonna start this week really good. This has been a big week for me. We had our shop open, Painting with a Twist in Aurora. So we were running like crazy to get all the city permits, and we got it. We're very happy about that. And we already have our doors open and people coming in. So it's been great. Another big thing that has happened this week, just I want to share with you guys. Now, when you see the social media posts, you're going to see that the podcast, The Portfolio Life with Jeff Goins, that he mentioned my story at Rebecca Flood Arts in his podcast. Now, let me tell you the back panel of that story. So I listened to Jeff podcast and I read his books a lot. I think there's some value lessons, practical lessons for the life of creating people and for the life of our artists. So I feel very connected to Jeff's mission of helping artists to be thriving artists and not starving artists. Because I'm telling you right now, it gets tired to be a starving artist. I don't like it. Anyway, so this few months ago, I usually don't like to write on people, especially if they are famous, Instagram messaging. But there was one day that I said, you know what? I need to share this story, my story with Jeff. So, as you know, English is my second language. Portuguese is my first language. So I never went to school to learn English. So everything that you listen to is because I'm a self-taught in that English communication skills. So I decided to write it anyway and do it wrong. And I said, maybe this is gonna just bless his day. So I shared how I read his book. I share how it's helping me. I wanted him to know. And also I share my story. I share a little bit how we are having the shop open and the Rebecca Flood Arts classes and how much of a miracle that was for me, a lot of hard work. Anyway, sent him some pictures and he wrote it back. And the thing that hits my heart the most, guys, is when you have a big followers, okay, let's say he has 79,000 followers on Facebook, but you take the time to answer a human, let's put it this way, human connections. To me, that's why the real success is. That's why Jeff Goins is going like crazy. That's why his book is touching all the creative minds in the country and probably out of the country. So anyway, he wrote back. I tell you this, guys, I was so surprised. It's been a while. Sometimes I do write to some people that is out there and, of course, never hear back from them. And Jeff wrote it back. And he liked the story. He engaged the story. He said, thank you for sharing. And to me, that was perfect. That was great. I didn't need anything else other than to, hey, hear me out. This is some of the good things that happen because you decide to do your best work. You decide to put those books out there and help creative people. So Jeff wrote back and said, thanks for sharing. And that was it. So, this week I got an email from owner of a magazine, and she says, oh my gosh, Rebecca, I'm so inspired by your story. I cannot wait until I talk to you. Well, we got the email in our in our Rebecca Ford Arts email, and my husband has access to that. He's like, oh my gosh, what is this lady talking about? She's saying that she hear your story through the podcast, the Portrait for Life with Jeff Goins. Well, I told my husband, that is just awesome. Are you serious? And my husband said, that is not possible, Rebecca. This is a scam. He didn't know that I wrote to Jeff, and Jeff wrote it back. But he didn't believe it. I said, well, I believe it. Let me listen to the podcast, and let's see what happened. Well, we listened to the podcast, and Jeff did mention us and share a little bit about us. And to me, I cannot say thank you enough, not just for Jeff, but for the people that takes the time to hear other people's story and share. I think that's the highlight of life, is that everyone has value. Everyone has a story that needs to be shared. And this is what we are going for. So again, the podcast, guys, is called The Portfolio Life with Jeff Goins. And the title is How to Risk Like a Writer. How to Risk Like a Writer. I think that's true reflection of us, here, me and my husband, working to build Rebecca Flood Arts. But I think this is a reflection that sometimes when you plant seeds, we talk about seeds so much here, but when you plant seeds, you never know what kind of fruit will generate it. But if it's something so genuine, so from your heart, just go for it. Go for it. And I tell you this, when I wrote to Jeff, I know he's a writer. I'm a writer too, but my English is pretty bad. So I need a editor most of my times, but I wrote it anyway, and I did it wrong for sure. But he got the message, and he shared the message, and we're so grateful. So we're gonna start our Monday like that. Happy Monday, guys. We're so happy to be here today. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about mentorship. What does that mean? And how do you find mentors? I think we had another episode that we talk about that. Now, how do you find it when you feel like you are at home creating all that craft? You're putting on Etsy. You're not meeting people. You're not out there. So how do you find people that can mentor you and help you through your process, help through your journey? So here's my answer to you guys. Here's what I learned from my own experience. I did not wait. I did not wait for someone, big, small, famous, not famous, for someone to come and say, Rebecca, I see a huge potential in you. I think you can do great things, and I want to mentor you. No, that didn't happen. So what happened is, I chose my mentors. I went and chose my mentors. I went after people that wrote books, which is messaging letters that spoke to my heart. And I wrote it and I wrote it I listen and I read it 1,000 times if it's necessary. I will listen to their podcast because it connected with me. They became my mentors. So I do have mentors in my spiritual life. I do have mentor in my creative life. I do have mentors in my professional life. And that's how I build. And those mentors, they might never know that they were my mentor, but I do. And if I get the chance and an opportunity to tell them, I'll do it so. Now, here's my point to you. Creative minds, artists, entrepreneurs, people that are just hustling and bustle and going through the grind. Go after your mentors. I'm not telling you for you to become when you paparazzi and you are always over that. No, go after the teachings that speaks to you, and then let them know that they helped you. Go back and put some gratitude in that. That will make a huge impact on your heart and on their hearts. It's very easy when you put it at work out there. Let's just put it this way. I put a lot of work on Etsy and different areas in that creation. When people write us back after they receive the piece, or they leave us a review and they tell us how much that means to them and why it means so much, here in our office, it's a jumping, dancing day. Tell you right now, it's a day to celebrate because we at least know that the work that we have been doing matters. We are looking for purpose. I'm sure you are listening to this and you are feeling the exactly same way. You're looking for purpose. You're looking for a way to connect with humanity and bless someone. So what do? It's a big portion of that. Guys, I'll tell you this. Creatives, let me tell you this. I know that we were not designed to struggle. We're not designed to just be like, oh my gosh, it's Monday with a miserable life. You are designed by God to do incredible things. You are designed to create incredible things. You are designed to not doubt at your own self. One of the things that we have to conquer first, guys, I'm telling you right now, is the doubt inside of us that says, don't do this, you're going to be a fool. People are going to look at you and they're going to laugh. Stop that. Stop those voices inside of you and say, it might not be perfect, I'm doing it anyway. Because that can be a seed for a harvest that I've been waiting for, that I'm believing for. I know that Rebecca Flood Arts, my company, my husband's company, is still in baby steps. We're still like just trying to crawl. We're not even walk yet. But I am looking and imagining my brain. I'm visualizing in my brain like we are running a race. But we're crawling. What you see inside of you, the things that you see in your brain will come to fruition. You have to be careful not to see yourself not succeeding. Guys, it's Monday. See this week as an amazing week. See your day as an amazing, productive day. I tell you this, you guys have been so incredible. This podcast has been a seed because a lot of my friends, and especially Wayne Baker, I cannot be day to day with them. I cannot be having phone calls every week. But people like Luann that still goes and listens to us and get encouraged and blesses her in some way, that makes the world to me. By the way, Luann Baker was one of our customers that I call customers/friends now. And I met Luann at Junk Stock, and Luann is the person that said, do this podcast. And Luann, so special. Anyway, Luann is so special. She came to our last show, which was in Nebraska at that point, Vintage Market Days. And Luann made it, handmade soaps, and brought it to us. Not only she brought it to us, she also bought it. So much artwork that you can call herself a collector of our screens. But my mother-in-law came and said, what is this? She gave you a gift? I can believe that. But I'll tell you this, Luann, you're so amazing. Not only you gave me a gift of soap, but also you gave me the gift to just believe that this podcast would be possible one day. And I'm here to say thank you. So guys, go ahead. Go find your mentors. You can go to the library. You can go online. You can Google for different type of books. Go find your mentors and allow them to speak to your mind. Allow them to help you grow. Because I'm telling you, somebody else went through what you're going through right now. It's just the fact of how to overcome those things. Again, Luann, if you're listening to this, thank you for encouraging me to do this podcast. And Jeff, if you ever listen to this, I would love to have you one day in our show. It would be a tremendous honor. And thank you for living your portfolio life. Appreciate it, guys. And you guys have an incredible Monday. Don't forget, you're amazing. You can do things that you never believed you could. And this is your calling. Bye now, guys. And thank you for being my friend. Thank you for supporting this podcast. And thank you for sharing your heart. Appreciate it, guys. Happy Monday. Go get it. Bye.